Hello and welcome to the pregame show with me, Kobe Siegel, and Justin DeHaas. We are here at Solano College for the Walnut Creek Crawdads versus the Bay Area Admirals. The Crawdads are 1-2 at Solano College. Definitely have a little bit of a tougher time. It will not get any easier in the searing heat. It is about 100 degrees. We are sitting under a tent, and it's still very hot. So, yeah, I mean, we're gonna do our best today, but these players too definitely have a tough time. They definitely gotta stay hydrated. We got some fans to cool down these electronics and us. So it's gonna be a tough day out here. But what do these players need to do? How do they manage this heat? And not only have to worry about the heat, but you gotta go play a baseball game.
Yeah, hydration is key in this scenario, and I'm sure both coaches have plenty of water for the players, and it's going to be difficult, but they've played in conditions like these before. It's hot. It's like 99 degrees right now. It's going to hit triple digits, but overall, like I said, they've played in stuff like this, I'm sure, before. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, see how it affects some of these players.
Yes. Yeah. The UV rays are very high today, and so the Crawdads have lost 2 of their 4 CCL games here, and part of the reason why is because they just can't score first for whatever reason. All 3 games here, the Admirals have scored first, including I believe the last 2 games where the Admirals scored the first 4 runs of the game. So that just makes it really hard. I think that a lot of that comes down to starting pitching, and today we got Ryan Resos, the 6'3", 205-pound pitcher on the mound, right-hander pitcher. Saw him for an inning versus Healdsburg. What do you got on Ryan?
Yeah, so he goes to UC San Diego, and in his last season, which was obviously this past spring, in 31 and a third innings pitched, he had a 4.31 ERA, looks like 35 strikeouts. Solid showing for him. Let's see here. In terms of walks, 23 walks, so walks a little bit high, but overall, he gets more Ks than innings pitched, so K per 9's looking good there. He also pitched in the Cape Cod last summer, I should say, and he was good with the Orleans Firebirds. Overall, 22 innings pitched, gave up 9 runs, no home runs, so it seems like maybe he's able to limit the home run ball a little bit, and I'm really excited to see what Reese's could do, especially because we know that the Crawdads are losing Flora and Spolero. Those 2 guys made their final starts of the summer this past week. But Reese's is a kid who could potentially step up into that starting role consistently for the Crawdads. You look at him, look at a guy like Mickey Thompson, who was scratched a few days ago against Healdsburg. And so I'm curious to see, and last time you and I were here was Mickey Thompson's debut.
Yes.
And so, he looked really good here. Maybe Ryan Reeses can have a similar showing here at Solano College.
Yeah, for sure. And we've seen him once so far already. He pitched 1 inning versus Healdsburg. He actually pitched against their 2, 3, and 4 hitters, and he was very good. 1 strikeout, no walks. So, a great job for him. 3 out of 4 batters first pitch strikes. His swinging strike rate was 15%, which a little small sample size, only 2 out of 13, but that is really good actually. That's really good. So anytime you can get swing and misses, that's awesome. But today he faces this Admirals lineup that will not have Ryan Pierce. So, yeah, they will not have Ryan Pierce. They will have Kenny DeSell, though.
Crawdad killer.
Yes, who is batting first. In the past, we've seen him. I think he's batted like second, but last 2 games he's batted first here. And the last time we saw Kenny DeSell here, or last time me and you were here,
Got like 3 hits.
yeah, got like 3 hits. I think was one of the only guys to get a hit off Mickey Thompson. So yes,
I believe in that series he was like 6 for 8 or something
yes,
like
he
that.
was 6 for 8.
Starting
like
the
2
season
walks.
batting 750. Yeah, that'll play, folks.
Yes, and Kobe Rolling is back in the lineup, but I think the most important addition to the lineup is their starting pitcher Adam Enyart. So he's from St. Mary's, was teammates with Ryan Spolero and Ryan Ellis this year at St. Mary's. And I believe, did Jackson Howell go to St. Mary's?
Yeah, he's still at St.
Yes,
Mary's.
yes. So he closed out the 2 wins versus the Crawdads. 4 scoreless innings, 6 strikeouts, pretty good. 3-inning save, one of those times. And at St. Mary's, he had a sub-3 earned run average. So I mean, what are we expecting to see from him today?
Yeah, when you look at Enyart's CCL stats, I think they're a little bit deceiving. It says here he has pitched in 6 CCL games, starting in 2 of them, and he's got a 5.79 ERA in the CCL. Now, granted, that's because he had a rough start against the Mudcats, or where he went 3 innings, 7 earned, and that has really skewed his ERA. But I mean, he got a redemption against the Mudcats on June 27th, where he pitched 5 innings, 1 earned, only 2 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, got the win. And so he's probably one of their better pitchers, I'd say. And so I'm curious to see how he does. I mean, you mentioned before he was able to close out a couple of those victories against the Crawdads. Now the Crawdads are seeing him in a starting role. And so we'll see how that changes if he's more or less effective in that starting role against these Crawdads.
Yeah, he's not really going to walk a lot of guys. He had 24 strikeouts, only 4 walks. 4 hit-by pitches as well, but 4 walks in about 18 2/3. As you like to say, that will play.
That will
definitely play. So, and I mean, we've seen it so much throughout this league that if you don't walk guys, you will most likely be successful. The walks get you in a lot of trouble, especially in this Crawdad lineup with a lot of power. I mean, we've seen the power. We got multiple people in this Crawdads lineup with all the home runs. But Casey Cummings will not be in the lineup again, but we do have Jonathan Gazdar. It will be his goodbye day.
Yeah, John Gazdar, his last day as a Crawdad, he's going to be moving on to the Cape Cod. We wish the best of luck to John. He definitely deserves it. Has some great stats at Austin P. And in the week that we've seen him with Walnut Creek so far, he's been excellent. And so, yeah, as you were saying, Ellis, Gazdar, got Brome, Duroff, Donnelly, Pointer, Fellows.
Of this lineup, so I mean, Brome gets another chance in center. I think he's been great in center, and because of the wall, center field, I think is probably more important here than Monte Vista. I mean, I think the angles off the wall, it's a high fence. Brome might not have the hops of Casey Cummings, but still certainly a really good athlete out there.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing I noticed too, Duroff in the cleanup spot. I don't think we've seen him in that role yet, because we've seen him as high as 2nd or 3rd. We've seen him as low as like 6th. Now he's batting cleanup. That's usually because Matt King is usually in the cleanup spot. Obviously, he is a notable omission today. But yeah, Donnelly hitting 5th, Pointer 6th, Fellows 7th, and Button behind the plate. Like, those are normal, consistently where they hit. But yeah, and then, like I said, Gazdar's last day, and him and Ellis in that middle infield. It's sad to see that that won't be the case for the rest of this CCL season, but we get to have that one more time. Arguably the best middle infield in the CCL, I'd say. It's hard to find a better duo than that, too.
Yeah, I think overall from what we've seen, the Crawdads defense is certainly um, the best defense in the CCL. I mean, there are multiple people who just make outstanding plays. Matt King, of course, is one of them. Gazdar, Matt King, Gazdar up the middle. I will certainly miss that, but it'll give him more opportunities for Griffin Harrison to get
Griffin
in
Harrison's
there.
really good defensively too, and he
Him
could play
too,
all over
yes.
the place. He could play
course.
anywhere on the left side of the infield. He could play second and center. So anywhere from that side, he's good to go. And so he might not necessarily have as good of a bat as some of those other guys, but he's still hitting like 250. He's still a very solid player overall. But especially defensively, that Swiss Army knife. It's nice to have him in the squad too.
Yeah, he is a really good athlete and playing third base. His arm, I mean, I know, I think we were talking about it on the way here. His arm, he fires it over to first. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a rocket. And sometimes, I mean, you don't necessarily need to throw a rocket every play, but it certainly helps, especially.
Yeah, if he's the guy that is hitting ninth for your squad, that means you have a pretty solid lineup.
Yes.
So it should be fun to see what kind of offense that they could produce today.
Yeah, we also have the pitching for the Crawdads. The walks are usually the issue if there's an issue. Yesterday, they walked 6 people, hit 3 batters, so 9 total walks in my pitches. That is not going to get it done, especially in a place where they've struggled, and we have a few guys who have struggled with the walks throughout the season, and Jackson Howell, Ryan Troy, and Ryan Delaney, who are in the pen today. So, what do they need to do to get better with their command?
I mean, simply put, just throw strikes, and it sounds so much easier than it actually is, right? I think a lot of times, sometimes pitchers get a little too cute with it. They'll throw something and they'll know exactly where it's going. Like, they have good stuff. It's just they're not exactly sure where to put it. And honestly, you could put it over the plate, and some of these guys have good enough stuff to where you put it over the plate, you might be able to get a swing and miss, or at least some weak contact off of it. But yeah, I mean, you talked about some of the guys in the bullpen: McShane, Howell, Troy, Delaney, and Cushing. You got 5 guys available out of the pen. Not as many as yesterday. Yesterday had like 7 guys, and they only used 4 of them. And we knew that was going to be a bullpen game with E.J. McGrew starting. And today with Rhesus, it's probably also going to be a little bit of a bullpen game because Ryan Rhesus isn't necessarily the most stretched out. I would say if you can get like 4 innings out of Ryan Rhesus, that's really good. And then at that point, you can use each of these guys for an inning, or at least have 1 or 2 of these guys go multiple innings, and that should be able to cover the 9 innings that you need in order to try to shut down this Admiral squad.
Yeah, and obviously when you have that many people throwing, obviously not it's kind of unlikely that all of them are going to be at their best. So if someone does have a bad day out there, the Crawdads gotta be able to respond, and just the bad day just can't result in a massive number.
And the other thing I want to say too is I think a big reason why the Crawdads won yesterday was because they had 2 guys, Nordell and Fitzpatrick, out of the pen, cover 5 1/3 combined.
Yes.
And so if there's a reliever that Brant feels like is really having it today, he shouldn't be afraid to go 2 or 3 innings because, like you said, maybe not everyone in this bullpen is going to have it today. And, we know Reese is going to cover some bulk innings. If you could get one of those other guys to cover, 2, maybe 3 innings, that will really help the squad a lot. And, even though it's kind of like a bullpen game, having multiple guys cover, 2/3 of the game, that could be a winning recipe right there.
Yeah, in the guy that immediately comes to mind when you say that, who's in the pen, is Duck legend Dylan McShane.
For sure.
And he pitched 3 innings last time. He's 6'9". I mean,
He was on the
so
radar
much
gun
out
yesterday.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was on the radar gun. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the guy. If they're gonna need someone to cover like 3 innings, I think he's the guy. In the post game show, we talked about, or he told you how he was trying to get stretched out.
Yeah,
So.
how that has become a focus of his. He didn't do it as much at Oregon as he would have liked. Now and during summer ball, he's able to do it. I also just want to say that Cushing is available out of the pen too. So if the Crawdads are in a save situation, look for Cade Cushing. He has 5 saves on the season, 4 in CCL play. He's been extremely reliable for the Crawdads this summer.
Yes, he has. He has not let up unearned run this season. Thank you. Joining us for this pregame show for Justin DeHaas. I'm Kobe Siegel, and we'll be up with a wonderful Duck, another Duck legend, Austin Oda.
Yes, sir.
Broadcast.
Thank you for listening.
Because you're my favorite Asian, and I can't disrespect background. On the hottest day of the year, the Walnut Creek Crawdads travel about 40 minutes north on the 680 to Vacaville, California to face the Bay Area Admirals. Welcome into
what generously could be called the broadcast booth here in Vacaville. Austin Oda on the call. Carson Mercier back at home for the weekend, so it'll be just me for the next 4 or 5 games. The Crawdads and the Admirals, the Dads trying to take another series. They have been just tremendous so far this summer, sitting at 16-4-1. It is been nothing but a perfect start for the Crawdads. A couple fluky losses at the start of the year, both to these Admirals, and then a loss to Sonoma, 7-1, before they fell to Healdsburg just a couple days ago, 7-0. But a 2-week undefeated streak sandwiched between those losses, and the Crawdads won yesterday to try to continue their hot stretch. Here's the lineup for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Ryan Ellis, the second baseman, leads off. He has been, once again, just tremendous all season. In the second hole, John Gazdar, in his last game before he heads to the East Coast to play in the Cape Cod League, he'll be hitting second and playing shortstop. Ryan Brome, the center fielder, swung a hot bat yesterday. Looked more like the Ryan Brome we've all come to know, expect, and love. He's in the third spot playing center field. The DH hitting cleanup is Brian Duroff, with Joey Donnelly, the first baseman, hitting fifth. Tyson Pointer hits sixth. He's in right field with Cole Fellows, the left fielder, Nico Button, the catcher, and Griffin Harrison, the third baseman, rounding out the lineup. On the hill today for the Bay Area Admirals is the big righty Adam Enyart, who has been very good this summer. Enyart, a long right-handed pitcher out of St. Mary's College, just about 20 minutes from where the Walnut Creek Crawdads play, down in Danville. Ryan Ellis steps into the left-handed batter's box to lead it off. Ellis, a .441 hitter, 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in, 5 doubles, a triple. He has been fantastic. First pitch from the righty, Adam Enyart, is driven to right field. That's going to drop into right for a base hit down the right field line. Over to cut it off is the right fielder, Luke Rossi. Ellis cruises into first with a leadoff base hit. First pitch he sees at 4:02. 101 degrees. It's hot. Not a ton of fans here, as could be expected by the fact that it is 101 degrees. That'll bring up John Gazdar. Gazdar's been good this summer. Only about a week of action, but is hitting over 300. No home runs. Still yet to drive a run in. Ellis takes the short lead off first. Now the first pitch from Enyart to Gazdar is at the letters with a fastball called strike one. Enyart comes into the game a 2-1 record, a 5.78 ERA, 18.2 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts, just 4 walks. That's his bread and butter. He won't walk guys. He's going to make you earn it. And he strikes a lot of guys out. No balls and a strike to Gazdar with Ellis on first. 0-0 the score. Gazdar flips this one to right field. A tough play for Rossi, and it's going to drop in front of him into the alleyway. Rossi cuts it off near the fence. The throw's going to go to second, but Gazdar's in there safely. Ellis moves up to third. A no-out double for John Gazdar, and the Crawdads are right back in business. Runners on second and third, still nobody out. Just a great piece of hitting by John. Taking the ball off the outside, hitting it the other way. That'll bring up Ryan Brome. Brome had a big day yesterday, and he needed it. Reached base 4 times. Up to 292 this summer, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Enyart will work from the windup with Ellis hands on his hips on third and Gazdar on second. The first pitch to Ryan Brome is a fastball up high, 1-0. Enyart, a tall right-handed pitcher, once again out of St. Mary's College. Teammates with Ryan Ellis over at third. The 1-0 to Brome is swung on and missed. An off-speed pitch that Brome fouled back into the glove of the catcher, Casey Turtorici, 1-1. Ellis on third, Gazdar on second. Still no down. Ryan Brome at the dish. Here's the 1-1 to Brome. Curveball grounded up the middle. That's a base hit. Coming home to score is Ellis. Gazdar right behind him. Brome's going to take a big turnaround first. Throw comes home to the cutoff man rolling. A 2-run single for Ryan Brome. It's already 2-0 Crawdads. Saw a couple tough pitches. One, a fastball up high, and then swung through a good changeup, but then was able to sit on the 1-1 fastball, take it right back where it came from for a 2-run single. That'll bring up Brian Duroff. Duroff just back from a trip to the East Coast where he went to see University of North Carolina, Charlotte. He's hitting 290. Takes the first pitch, curveball at the knee, 0-1. The defense for the Admirals from left to right in the outfield, Reese Kent, Kenny DeSell, and Luke Rossi, with Jacob Antonov, the third baseman. Next to him, Jack Grant, the shortstop. He'll be turning double plays with Kobe Rolling at second base. Brock Rudy, yesterday's catcher, at first. Casey Turtorici behind the dish. 0-1 to Duroff is down and away, 1-0. Duroff hitting .306 in league play, but hasn't had the same power that we have come to expect from him. A ball and a strike, 2-0. The Crawdads lead here in the top of the first inning. Still no outs. A long wait from Enyart. Duroff now comes ready, as does Enyart. Enyart kicks. Looks to first, and the 1-1. Duroff takes the slider off the outside and high, 2-1. Pretty easily the hottest day of the year. We remember just, 3 or 4 days ago? It was only about 70 degrees in Danville. Now 101 and only getting hotter. 2 balls and a strike to Duroff. Here's the 2-1. Duroff takes down low. Brome goes second. A high throw goes into center field, but no chance for Brome to advance. A stolen base for Ryan Brome. The Crawdads are threatening once again. Runner on second, still no outs. That was not a good throw to second base. Gives Duroff a chance for his 13th RBI. Brome, good speed on second. He's in center field today, where we saw him yesterday, where we saw him early in the season. First baseman by trade, but has played a good center field this summer. Hitters count. Enyart takes a deep breath, and the 3-1 to Duroff is grounded to the left side. Kobe Rolling, or Jack Grant, I should say, the shortstop, scoops double clutches, throws in time to retire Duroff. Brome moves to third on the ground out. So 1 out, 6-3 goes the put out. That'll bring up Joey Donnelly. A great start to the summer for Donnelly. 306 his average, a pair of home runs, 14 batted in, walking more than he strikes out. Enyart will work from the windup. He's 86-87 with a fastball, low 70s curveball. First pitch to Donnelly. There's that curveball. Donnelly was expecting fastball, was way out in front, 0-1. That scouting report brought to you by the one and only Sean Fitzpatrick. No balls and a strike to Donnelly with Brome on third. Enyart's 0-1. Curveball, swing and a miss, 0-2. We mentioned the first pitch. We mentioned the first pitch temperature, but we didn't do the first pitch time and temperature, which is brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, trying to hang on to that Old Town vibe since the early 1900s. No balls and 2 strikes to Donnelly. Brome, good speed on third, likely will score on a ball to the outfield. The 0-2. Donnelly taps a curveball foul. Right back behind the plate, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2-0 Crawdads with Brome. About a 6 or 7 step lead off third. A high set from Turtorici, the 0-2, is a fastball. Called strike 3 at the letters. Donnelly thought it was high, thought it was tight, but Enyart gets his first strikeout, and there's 2 down here in the first. That'll bring up Tyson Pointer. Pointer, I thought, had some really good swings yesterday. Took a couple balls to right field. Overall, still not the summer he's wanted to have. A 207 average, a pair of home runs, 10 runs batted in. First pitch to the big right-handed batter is a fastball tapped foul off to the left. 0-1. Pointer, the big number for him is the strikeouts. 23 of them compared to just 5 walks. Tons of power from the right side. The 0-1. Curveball, call the strike. Looks like it dipped below the knees. Pointer's not agreeing with the home plate umpire. It's 0-2. Tyson Pointer just got ejected.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Wow. So a day after 2 Bay Area Admirals got ejected, extended the game about an hour longer than it should have been. Tyson Pointer, here with 2 strikes in the first, has gotten ejected. He's talking to Casey Turtorici, the catcher. He's pointing to Enyart. Enyart knows it was a ball. The catcher, Turtorici, knows it was a ball. Pointer knows it was a ball. He's tossed.
I don't blame you. I'd rather get tossed.
I'll have him on the broadcast. He gets to sit and have an ice pack and, enjoy the game. Wow. Okay.
It's too hot for that bullshit.
So it'll be a 2-strike count to whoever comes up right now.
What he said.
Oh my God.
Good pick, catch.
I talked to one of the umpires today before the game, and I was like, he was telling me that yesterday's game went about an hour 40 that he called. And I said, can we make this one the same? And he was like, yeah, I'm so on board for that. Needless to say, that was not the home plate umpire who just called that ball about 20 feet low. Good work, Blue.
He's about to toss you, too.
If I get tossed, I get tossed. Sam Gilliam's going to grab a bat.
Hey, Gilly.
Okay. So we'll see what they do defensively. Okay, here's Sam Gilliam, a no-ball, 2-strike count with Brome on third. 2-0, Crawdads. Here's the 0-2 to Gilliam. Fastball, grounded past third, foul. So, not quite sure what's going to happen. I think if the DH gets taken out of the game, he's nixed. That position is gone. So we'll see what happens defensively. It's an 0-2 count to Gilliam. Brome on third. The 0-2 curveball swung on and missed. Bounced in the dirt. Probably would have been called a strike anyway. And that'll end the inning. Second strikeout for Enyart. Sends us to the bottom of the first after the Dads put 2 on the board. It's 2-0 Crawdads. Bottom half of the first inning, an eventful top of the first. So Tyson Pointer, after a strike that was about a foot below the plate, got called a strike 2. He said some words to the home plate umpire. It wasn't anything big or boisterous. It was just a disagreement. But he's out. Sam Gilliam finished the at-bat, but now it's Max Farfan that takes over at first. So Joey Donnelly moves to right field, and it's the bottom of the first inning. A 2-0 lead for Ryan Recess to work for in his first start of the summer. His first pitch on its way to Kenny DeSalle is a fastball fly to right center. Ryan Brome ranging over to his left, reaches up, makes the catch for the first out. A good start for Ryan Recess, who's making his second appearance of the year, the first start. He went an inning against Healdsburg, faced 2-3-4. Did a good job in that frame. So an 0.00 ERA, the man out of UC San Diego. The rest of the lineup for the Admirals. Luke Rossi hits second with Jared Wood, the DH, hitting third. Casey Turtorici, the catcher from Ball State, cleans it up for Brock Rudy, the fifth place hitting first baseman. Reese Kent hits sixth with Rolling Grant and Antona 7, 8, 9. The first pitch to Luke Rossi is down below the knees, a ball and no strikes. Luke Rossi, a guy that we saw last season with the West Coast Kings. He's hitting 175. The 1-0 is off the outside, a ball and a strike. A 175 average, a home run, 6 runs batted in for Rossi. One. Line to the left side, that'll get foul, a ball and 2 strikes. 2-0 Crawdads here in the bottom half of the first inning. A weird start to the game. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Scoreboard says 2 balls and a strike. But I think I'm right, considering he swung at 2 pitches. Okay. Recess peers in over the glove. The lefty agrees with the catcher Button. And the 1-2. Topper to the right side. Ryan Ellis can't corral it cleanly. Gets up, throws to first. Not in time. They call him safe at first. An E4 for Ellis. Looks like he picked the wrong hop there. Had a big hop that he could have gotten to, but tried to scoop the short hop instead. I like the aggression, I like the charge, but results in an error and a runner on for the Admirals for Jared Wood. Wood, a guy that we also saw last year with a different team. Sitting 467, no home runs, 8 runs batted in. Last year, played for the Solano Mudcats out of the University of the Pacific. Takes the first pitch. Check swing, no swing. It was at the knees. That ball was called a strike to Tyson Pointer. Tyson Pointer is out of the game now. I'll leave it at that. A ball and no strikes to Jared Wood, the DH today. Plays a very good defensive shortstop, but gets a slight day off. The 1-0 is lined to the left side, hooking towards the left side, foul. Griffin Harrison saw it all the way, pretty nonchalantly pointed. It was foul. A ball and a strike to Wood. Crawdads defense from left to right in the outfield. It's Cole Fellows, Ryan Brome, and Joey Donnelly with Griffin Harrison and John Gazdar on the left side of the infield. Ryan Ellis, Max Farfan on the right side. Danico Button behind the plate. A ball and a strike, the count that I have. 0-2 the board says. So that's where we're at. 1-2, fouled back. And now it's 1-2. And now the board says 1-2. So, as usual, I'm right. It's so hot. That's where I'm at right now. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Recess kicks, delivers a curveball, called strike 3 at the letters. Backdoored him on the outside. First strikeout for Recess is the second out here in the first inning, and that's a good pitch. Just a big bending breaking ball. Button helped a little bit, snapped it in on the outside. Here's Casey Turtorici. Turtorici, the catcher, saw him DH last night. He's not been great. 222 is average. A double. First pitch curveball. Just inside, 1-0. Another guy we saw play for the West Coast Kings last summer. Out of Ball State University over in Indiana. 1-0. Broken bat liner, shallow right field, but right there is the Moon Man Joey Donnelly to squeeze it for the third out. A good inning for Ryan Recess. Doesn't allow a hit, but leaves a base runner stranded after Ryan Ellis's error. Will head to the top of the second inning, 2-0, Crawdads lead. Top half of the second inning, Dads and Admirals. Can we call this the Dads versus the Ads? The Dadmirals? It'll be Cole Fellows, Nico Button, Griffin Harrison, 7, 8, 9 in the Dads lineup. The lefty Fellows had a great day yesterday, had an inside the park home run. First pitch he sees here is curveball, line to right field, hooking foul. 0-1. That was Fellows' second home run of the summer last night. He's hitting .244 in league play, .254 overall, a pair of home runs, 12 runs batted in. Starting to swing a better bat of late. No balls and a strike, big left-handed hitter with power. The 0-1. Fastball check swing, fouled back, 0-2. Even still, I think with Fellows swinging the bat better, it's not exactly the start to the summer he wanted. But still a lot of time. 0-2, curveball at the knees, called strike 3. That's not going to help. First out here in the second inning brings up Nico Button, the catcher. Button has been good. .267 his average. No home runs, but 6 runs batted in. Doesn't strike out a ton. Finds a way to get on base. First pitch to Button is a fastball below the knees. 1-0. That's called a strike to Tyson Pointer. Here's the 1-0. Button flips one to left center field. Coming in is DeSalle, but it's going to drop in front of him for a base hit for Nico Button. So Nico just kind of continues to swing it. Finds a way to put the ball in play. Drops between outfielders more often than not. Fourth hit of the day for the Crawdads. Brings up Griffin Harrison. Griff, another guy who's been swinging it better in league play than non-league play. .261 is average. 4 runs batted in, has a home run. Also just a tremendous defensive player. Button, not great speed, not a big lead off first. First pitch to Harrison is a fastball just a little high. 1-0. 2-0 Crawdads here in the top of the second inning. A pair of runs in the first for the Crawdads, nothing for the Admirals. The 1-0 to Harrison. Above the letters again, maybe outside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to Harrison, 1 out. Runner on first. Harrison, the right-handed batter, waits for Enyart, who tucks his glove in by his chin. Now he's ready. Enyart, a long wait. Now the 2-0. Fastball swing and a miss, 2-1. Enyart, not an overpowering guy. 84-86 with the fastball, but everything moves. A low 70s curveball. Already 3 strikeouts on the day. Once again, 24 of them on the summer. Here's the 2-1 to Harrison. Fastball half swing, did he go? Yes, he did, says the first place umpire. 2-2. Little hard to see the first base umpire from our vantage point. I actually can't see him at all. So, a little late on that call there. Either way, it's a 2-2 count. Enyart's pitch is popped up, back of the plate, back of us. Count stays 2-2. It's a hot, hot day. To me, it doesn't feel as hot as yesterday, though. Yesterday felt worse. Maybe it's because I have I have a towel, I have the fan set up, which we might need to start bringing to our home games. We have the tent. Here's the 2-2. Harrison takes up high with the fastball. Good leave, 3-2. So another good at-bat from Harrison. He seems to just work these good at-bats, working long counts, fouling off some tough pitches, getting something to hit, and he's been swinging a really good bat of late. Had a big double here in the first series of the summer. Enyart, a deep breath, looks to first. Now the 3-2. Fastball up high, ball 4. Good at bat by Griffin Harrison. Puts 2 runners on with just 1 out. It's the first walk of the day for Enyart. First walk for either team. Puts the Crawdads in good position to score again. Back in the first inning, Ryan Ellis, who's hitting now, led off with a single, then was moved to third on John Gazdar's double. Before Ryan Brome hit a 2-run single up the middle to continue his hot stretch. So, like I mentioned, Ellis, who's hitting now 1 for 1, saw the first pitch and stroked it into right for a single. Teammates at St. Mary's, Ellis and Enyart, first pitch fastball, called a strike at the letters, 0-1. Ellis has got to be sure that he doesn't talk too much, or he might get thrown out. Part of me kind of hopes the ump hears something I say so that I get tossed. I think it would be like almost a flex. Sure. The 0-1. Curveball off the outside, 1-1.
After your hawk bite incident, maybe not.
Oh my God.
I think if I get ejected, Fitz would be on color. I don't know who would be on play-by-play, but Fitz does a great job on the color. A ball and a strike to Ellis. Button, a short lead off second. Enyart fakes a toss over. So Button's got a lead off second, as does Harrison from first. Button with not great speed. Harrison, a good athlete over on first. The 1-1 to Ellis is a fastball fouled back, 1-2. You see Enyart, and you see those numbers, you know, the big strikeout totals. He was really good in the first series against the Crawdads, and then you see him live, and you kind of wonder, like, what is it? Not a hard thrower, but the curveball moves a ton. He's able to spot the fastball in good spots. The ball and 2 strikes to Ellis. Here's the pitch. Button goes from second. The pitch is a curveball down low, and Button's going to be standing at third with a stolen base. Just timed up Enyart really well. Assumed it was going to be an off-speed pitch. Read it correctly. Was able to get himself into third. So now a sac fly will extend the lead. Harrison, though, stayed at first. Let's see if Harrison decides to run here with a 2-2 count, 1 out. Top 2, 2-0. The Crawdads lead looking to extend. Enyart looks to first. Now comes set just above the belt. Looks to first again. Looks to the plate. And the 2-2. Fastball low, 3-2. No action yet in the Admirals bullpen, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some soon. Enyart is laboring. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. We'll see if Harrison runs from first. Not a huge lead off first, but Enyart gives him a look. Extends his lead off first, says Harrison. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Off speed pitch, change up off the outside. 4th strikeout for Enyart. 2 outs here in the second. That'll bring up John Gazdar. Gazdar 1 for 1, a double. You can see how he hit 23 of them, 24 of them at Austin Peay. It feels like every time he hits a single, he's like halfway to second, trying to extend it to a double. Pickoff move, Harrison back in at first after a lazy toss. 2-0 Crawdads. Button on third, Harrison on first. Gazdar 1 for 1 with a double. Enyart, a long set. Now looks to the plate and delivers. Gazdar squares to bunt, pushes it left side, but foul. 0-1. Nothing in 1 to John Gazdar. Defense pretty straight up, maybe a slight shift to the right, specifically with the center fielder DeSalle. That's where Gazdar took his ball in the first inning. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Gazdar in his last game in the red and black. The 0-1. Gazdar takes a curveball off the outside. Harrison runs for second. Throw is low. Can't be dug out by the shortstop. Button reads it well. He's taken off from third. He comes home to score, and it's 3-0 Crawdads on the double steal. That is a high IQ play by Nico Button to come home. Button steals home. That's counted as a steal of home. Not a straight steal, obviously, but he'll take it. 1-1. Gazdar swings through a fastball. 1-2. It's the Crawdads' second steal of home this summer. Matt King also got one up in Lincoln. A 1-ball, 2-strike count to Gazdar, who struck out for the first time as a Crawdad yesterday. Ryan Brome waits on deck. Enyart looks to second and the 1-2. Curveball popped foul. Back behind the plate. A hanging curve, and Gazdar knew it. Sticks his tongue out. A little disgusted with himself. A ball and 2 strikes to Gazdar. Runner on second. 3-0, the Crawdads lead. Enyart's 1-2. Fastball way outside. Good stop by Turtorici. Goes to the backhand to get it. 2-2. Deuces are wild to Gazdar. Ryan Brome on deck. Brian Duroff in the hole. Two. Curveball, fly deep to left field. Going back is the left fielder Reese Kent. He will look up, and it's off the bottom of the wall on a hop. Coming home to score is Harrison Gazdar into second. Another double for John Gazdar, and it's 4-0 Crawdads. Send this man to the Cape. He has a one-way ticket to Massachusetts tomorrow because he is not coming back until the season's over. He is a difference maker. 4-0 Crawdads. The Bats have stayed hot after an 8-run outing yesterday. Here's Ryan Brome, a runner on second. Gazdar adjusting the oven mitt on second a little bit. Here's Brome. Brome run 1 for 1, a steal, and 2 runs batted in. First pitch to him is on the outside. Looks like a fastball, 0-1. Gazdar, slim lead off second. Enyart looks to him over there. Out of the plate and back to second, the 0-1. Brome swings over the top of an off-speed pitch, 0-2. Not the day for Adam Enyart so far. 4 runs allowed in just an inning and 2/3 of work. The Crawdads, with one of their top hitters at the plate, one of their top RBI hitters at the plate, looking to extend that lead. Enyart looks to second, delivers. Brome lines it into left center field. That's going to be a base hit again for Brome. Coming home to score is Gazdar. Brome, a big lead around first, but he'll stop there. Another RBI single for Ryan Brome. It's 5-0 Crawdads. Just another Ryan Brome swing. Took it to left center, sliced it the other way, extends the lead. Crawdads are pouring it on against the Admirals. These Admirals just won 21-4 just a couple days ago. They have not looked that good in these 2 games. Here's Brian Duroff, grounded out to shortstop his first time. First pitch here is off the outside with what looked like a slider, 1-0. We've seen a healthy dose of solid curveballs from Enyart. But really, other than that, no one pitch has stood out for him. He struggled. 5 runs home for the Crawdads before the 5th place hitter could even hit for the Admirals. 1-0. Duroff reaches out at a curveball and fouls it straight back, 1-1. Crawdads already with 6 hits. Still in the second inning. 1-1. Duroff takes a curveball on the outside at the knees, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Enyart's been good with the strikeout. He's got 4 of them, trying to get his 5th. The 1-2. Curveball at the letters called strike 3. Duroff can't believe it. 5th strikeout for Adam Enyart. And that'll do it for the top half of the second. Crawdads add on 3 more on 3 hits, no errors. They leave a runner on. We'll head bottom 2, 5-0 Crawdads. Bottom half of the second inning, Brock Rudy, Reese Kent, and Kobe rolling to hit. Brock Rudy, a .429 hitter, but that's only in 7 at-bats. Went 0 for 4 yesterday in RBI. He's got a better helmet than he did yesterday. We'll get to that in a minute. First pitch to him here is a curveball down low, a ball and no strikes. Yesterday, Brock Rudy was wearing a bright green University of Hawaii alternate helmet, which was officially what it is. We had some questions in the broadcast booth about what it is. 1-0 is a changeup swung over the top of a ball and a strike. So officially the helmet he had yesterday was a University of Hawaii alternate helmet.
Interesting.
It was not a good look, to say the least. Here's the 1-1 to Rudy. Curveball at the knees called strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. Recess worked 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first inning. A line out from DeSell, and then an error by Ryan Ellis, the second baseman, was followed by a looking strikeout and a fly out to Joey Donnelly. So still yet to allow a hit. The 1-2. Curveball gets past Button. It wouldn't have mattered. 2-2. Ryan Recess, the big lefty, making his first start of the summer. He's got good stuff. A local kid, Cal High, San Ramon native. Looks in. The 2-2 from Recess. Comes in and hits him. A fastball that got him on the high thigh. So another base runner, a leadoff base runner. As Carson Mercier would say, 90% of leadoff walks come around to score. Technically not a leadoff walk. So take that as you will. That'll bring up Reese Kent, the left fielder. And we say this every time Reese Kent comes to the plate, but really the improvement from him between this year and last. Last year was one of the worst players in the CCL. Hit about 120 with Sonoma. This year up to 294. First pitch to him is a fastball up and away, 1-0. 294 average for Kent, 4 runs batted in, no home runs. Strikes out still a little more than he'd like, 14 of them in just 51 at-bats. Right-handed batter against Recess. Button sets up inside. The 1-1 is a fastball down low, 2-0. Button tried to snap that one back up with the left hand. Couldn't get the call. So now Kent pretty far ahead in a hitter's count. 2 balls and no strikes. 5-0. The Crawdads lead here in the bottom half of the second inning. Recess looks over to first. Now kicks and delivers. A fastball inside edge. 2 balls and a strike. A lot of St. Mary's kids on this Bay Area Admirals roster. Reese Kent, the left fielder, hitting is one of them. Two-one. Kent reaches out, lines it over the head of the leaping Ryan Ellis and into right field for a base hit. Rudy, an aggressive turn around second, heading for third. There is no throw to him as it goes into Ellis, the second baseman, the cutoff man. First hit of the day for the Admirals, puts runners on the corners, still no outs.
Go get your 2 ball right here, Reese's.
With no outs, runners on the corners, it'll bring up Kobe Rolling. The first time I've seen him personally. Didn't play yesterday. Didn't play in that one-off a couple weeks ago. He has not been great this summer. His second summer in the CCL. Just a .216 average, no home runs, 4 runs batted in, 13 strikeouts, and just 37 at-bats. So he strikes out over a third of his at-bats. First pitch to the lefty Rolling is a curveball that drops past the knees off the outside, 1-0. Rolling, the son of the owner for the Admirals, Dyron Rolling. Played with Solano a couple years back. The 1-0 to him is a fastball off the inside, 2-0. Rolling, the second baseman today. We've also seen him play a little short, a little third. Fastball at the knees. Good spot, good height, as they love to say in the dugout. 2-1. It's a good double play ball spot. Two balls and a strike to the lefty Rolling. Here it comes. Flare to right field, going back is Joey Donnelly. He will not be able to make the catch as it bounds up to the wall. Coming home to score is the first runner, Rudy. Around is the second runner. They're going to send Rolling all the way to third. He is in there with a sliding triple, and it's 5-2. So a 2-run triple for Colby Rolling, his first of the summer, and it's 5-2. A little hard to see that angle in right field as the Crawdads' entire dugout is there. Obviously, not about to ask them to move. That'll bring up Jack Grant. Grant, the shortstop, out of the University of Arizona, a 182 hitter. First pitch, topper, back to the right, 0-1. Some might say about Arizona that the worst of the two Arizona schools in the Pac-12.
So true.
Some being our own Justin DeHaas.
Factual statement.
0-1. Ground ball to the left side. Rolling's going to come home to score. Gazdar scoops, throws to first in time to retire Grant. An RBI on the ground out, and it's 5-3. So really, that does the job. If you're Jack Grant, that's about all you can ask for in that at-bat. That'll bring up Jacob Antona. First pitch to him is a changeup off the outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Jacob Antona playing third base today. He has not had a great summer. A 154 average, 2 runs batted in. 1-0 fastball swung on and missed. Way late on that high heater. A ball and a strike. 5-3 now. The Crawdads lead trimmed to 2. After the Crawdads were able to put up a 3 spot in the top half, the Admirals have matched with 3 of their own. 1-1 fastball inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes. Jacob Antona in a 2-strike hole with Kenny DeSalle, the Crawdad killer, on deck. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with an off-speed pitch off the outside. It's the second strikeout for Ryan Recess, and the second out here in the second. That'll bring up Kenny DeSalle, who line one to center field the first time. You know, we say Crawdad killer. That's not an exaggeration. Went 6 for 8 in the first series against the Crawdads. Seems like he's just on base every time. 0 for 1 today, however. First pitch to him here is a slider at the knees. No balls and a strike. 2 down. Here in the bottom half of the second, Recess would love to keep DeSalle off the base paths. One of the fastest players in the league. Takes an 0-1 curveball off the inside, a ball and a strike. Here's Recess with the 1-1. Curveball at the letters. A late strike call, but I think the right strike call. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Recess looking for strikeout number 3. Here's the 1-2. Fastball tapped to the left side, foul. Looked like DeSalle was late on that one, but he got his hands in so quickly that he was able to foul it off to the pull side. Either way, the count stays 1-2. Recess comes home. Changeup got him swinging. DeSalle went fishing off the outside corner. Third strikeout for Ryan. Recess ends the bottom half of the second inning. We'll head top 3, 5-3 now, the score. Top half of the third inning, Joey Donnelly leads it off. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Still Adam Enyart, the righty on the bump. First pitch to Donnelly is a fastball at the letters, 0-1.
Wait, what? Here he comes.
Here we go, far.
0-1 to Donnelly. Curveball line to the left side. That's going to drop in front of DeSalle for a base hit. A leadoff knock for Joey Donnelly, and now Max Farfan sprints behind us. He grabs a helmet and will sprint to the plate. Not sure where he was, but I mean, I'm kind of at a loss for words. We just hear from the dugout, "Who's on deck? Who's on deck?" And you see Max sprinting behind us. He needs a second, takes a breath as he steps out of the right-handed batter's box. Farfan in his first at-bat of the day. Tyson Pointer got tossed after his first at-bat, but the first pitch to Farfan is a fastball on the outside. So Pointer got tossed with 2 strikes in his first at-bat, took a curveball down low, and it was the wrong call. I'm going to say it like it is. Got ejected. A lot of temper behind the plate right now from the home plate umpire. Donnelly's going to take off for second. The throw from the pitcher is in time. So Donnelly took off on first move from Enyart, got caught stealing for the first out of the inning. It's an 0-1 count to Max Farfan. So back to the story. Pointer took an 0-1 curveball that was low, got called a strike. He said some words, was tossed. Gilliam got the at-bat, got a strikeout as Farfan flips one off to the left side, 0-2. And then Max Farfan came in the bottom half of the first inning to play first base. So the third player to hit in the 6th spot for the Crawdads today. Max Farfan in his first at-bat, already in an 0-2 hole from Enyart. Long look in. Time is going to be called by the home plate umpire. Here's the 0-2. Farfan hits a hanging curveball deep to left field. Looks like it's in the park. Reese Kent and Kenny DeSell. It's DeSell, the center fielder, right in front of the 370 sign for the second out in center field. A hanging curveball. Farfan did what he was supposed to, elevated it. There's the second out of the inning. Here's Cole Fellows, 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. One of Enyart's 5. First pitch, fastball off the outside, 1-0. A ball, no strikes, Fellows. The left-handed hitter at the dish, the 1-0. Swing and a miss, good changeup. A ball and a strike. Five to 3, Crawdads lead top 3. Here's the 1-1. Fastball off the outside, 2-1. Two one to Fellows. Down low, 3-1. Still just the one walk for Enyart. Yeah, he's given up 5 runs, but he's also given up 7 hits. Has struck out 5. Before this inning, all but one of his outs were by the strikeout, and that was the first out of the game. 3-1. Fellows takes a fastball just below the knees, maybe a little outside, ball 4. Second walk for Enyart, second walk for the Crawdads. It'll bring up Nico Button. Button 1 for 1 today. Went to second on the Griffin Harrison walk, then stole third. And then on the double steal with Harrison still at first, came home, stole home. Enyart's got a big smile on his face as he looks towards the Crawdads dugout. Here facing Button. Once again, 1 for 1, runner on first, 2 down. First pitch, Button flips it to the left side, foul. 0-1. No balls and a strike. Nico Button at the dish. Enyart looks to first. Now nods and delivers. Fastball outside corner, 0-2. Crawdads have been running wild on the base paths today. It's been mostly successful for them. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Enyart's 0-2. Curveball way up high. Just didn't really do anything. Didn't curve. Just kind of sat there. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Not a very big lead off first for Fellows. Now he extends it a little bit. 1-2. Fastball fouled straight back. We'll do it again. I feel like that's what Nico Button is best at, just staying alive in at bats. Fouling off some tough pitches. He's pretty decent with velocity. Not saying that Enyart brings a ton of it, but still. He's battling. A 2-strike count, also has a ball. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Enyart looks to first, now comes back to the plate. The 1-2. Fastball fouled off left side. Going over is the third baseman, Antona, in foul territory. Reaches up towards the fence and makes the catch for the third out. So the Crawdads have a hit, a walk, but they leave a runner stranded. Joey Donnelly gets caught trying to steal second early. The Crawdads, for the first time today, don't score. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning, still 5-3 lead for Walnut Creek. Bottom half of the third inning, Ryan Recess back out to the bump for his third inning of work. He'll be facing Luke Rossi and Jared Wood. The first pitch is a changeup, swung on and missed off the outside. No balls and a strike. Rossi 0 for 1, reached on an error in his first at bat. Rossi, Wood, Turtorici 0-1, changeup again, swung on and missed, 0-2. Recess is pitching backwards, doing it at its finest right now. And is well ahead in the count with an 0-2. Curveball caught him swinging. As Carson Mercier would say, uno, dos, adios. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whatever you want to call it. That was an ugly at-bat for Luke Rossi. First out here in the third. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Recess. A little bit of a tough second inning for Recess, but a good start here in the third. First pitch to Jared Wood is a fastball off the inside, 1-0. It looked like after Rossi got 2 straight changeups, he was expecting fastball, kind of thinking what I was thinking with working backwards. Okay, 2 changeups, then I'm going to get the fastball, but got another off-speed pitch, was way out in front. 1-0, fastball up high, 2-0. Jared Wood, the first strikeout victim for Recess. Now Recess sits at 4. Wood DHing today. Like I mentioned in his last at-bat, good defensive shortstop, but seeing him hit here in the 3 spot as the DH. Lines a fastball through the left side, a base hit as it goes into the left field corner. Wood's going to take a big turnaround first, but he'll stay there as Fellows gets it in quickly to second. A single for Jared Wood, but a great throw and a great job to cut it off in left field by Cole Fellows. Our shade is starting to move. So we might have to move over. I might have to move over soon. Oh, you're so right. Thanks, guys. I have a great intern staff. There's Spencer. Here's Casey Turtorici. Curveball at the letters, 0-1.
We're battling the sun in real time.
We are, the interns behind me are moving the tent as we speak. The 0-1 to Turtorici is a curveball at the knees, 0-2. We have the best interns in the CCL. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Lefty on lefty. Turtorici lined out to right his first time. Recess throws a lazy toss over to first. Back in safely is Wood. Nothing in 2 to Turtorici. With a runner on first, 1 out. 5-3, the Crawdads lead. Oh, 2. Fastball dips below the knees and outside, 1-2. Just 2 hits for the Admirals, but they have 3 runs, 1-2. Curveball flipped into right center field. Coming in is Ryan Brome, but it's going to drop in front of him for a base hit. Wood takes a big turnaround second, but they're not testing Ryan Brome. Back-to-back knocks for the Admirals. Put runners on first and second. Still just 1 out. That'll bring up Brock Rudy, who got hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Lefty on lefty again. Five to 3 Crawdads. Rudy represents the go-ahead run here in the third. Recess looks to second now, comes home with a curveball that comes in and hits Rudy again. So back-to-back plate appearances for Rudy with a hit by pitch. And the bases are loaded. Recess, who looked like he was really starting to figure it out a little bit, with a runner on third back in the second that was rolling. He got Jack Grant to ground into a 6-3 fielder's choice that brought a runner home, then struck out Antona, DeSalle, and Rossi back-to-back-to-back before giving up a single, and a hit by pitch. Now the bases are loaded. Brant Cummings is going to head to the mound, and I think this is a good time for a look around the CCL. This look around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours. American Stage Tours, small enough to care and large enough to compete. OC in Conejo at Sparky Anderson Field in Conejo. All tied in the 5th inning. The Academy Barons and Slow Blues all tied at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo. That one in the top of the 3rd inning. Sonoma and Healdsburg play game 2 of a 3-game set tonight. Santa Barbara and Arroyo Seco also play tonight. Bases are loaded for Reese Kent out of St. Mary's College. 1 down. Kent lined a single as last time, so he's 1 for 1. Wood on second, Wood on 3rd, Turtorici on second, Rudy on first. First pitch to Reese Kent. Fastball hit high into center field, shallow. Ryan Brome will cut it off in center field. He will make the catch. Wood tags from third. The throw is going to come to third. Gazdar cuts it off, an RBI on the sac fly, as Brome would have had no chance to throw out Jared Wood at in second, 2 outs. First pitch rolling, grounds it slowly to the left side. John Gazdar gets a big hop, throws strong to first, and it's in time to retire rolling. So recess allows a run to come home on 2 hits, a hit by pitch, but strands 2 runners. 5-4 as we head to the top of the 4th. Top half of the 4th inning, and for the first time all year, welcome in Kobe Siegel.
Hello, Austin.
Too loud, too quiet?
A little bit too loud.
Oh,
that's why.
my bad. How's that? How we sound?
Perfect, Austin.
I'm so
Sounds
glad.
Fantastic.
So
as
Kobe
always.
has been doing pre- and post-game show, but making his debut on the actual broadcast. Welcome in. Here's Griffin Harrison, the 9th place hitter. Harrison 0 for 0 today. Reached on a walk his first time. Takes a curveball up high. A ball and no strikes. 5-4 Crawdads here in the top half of the 4th inning. 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second for Walnut Creek, 3 in the second, 1 in the third for the Admirals. This one's lined to third on a low hop. Antona scoops, throws to first, not in time. It was a low line drive. Antona went to the backhand. It took a big hop right back to him, and Harrison's able to beat it out on what should be called a single.
Yeah, for sure. As a current official scorekeeper, I think that would be a very good call.
Thank you.
And I mean, Griffin Harrison uses his speed, but Jared Wood not being over at third base, he's at shortstop. If Jared Wood's over there, I think he makes that play.
That'll bring up Ryan Ellis, who's 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. First pitch to Ellis is hit high and deep to center field. Kenny DeSalle going back now, turns over his left shoulder, makes the catch on the warning track for the first out. Ellis hit it pretty well, but nothing gets past Kenny DeSalle in center field.
Yeah, no, Kenny DeSalle has been great in center field. Who was maybe a little slow on the read, but didn't matter. And Ryan Ellis being 1 for 3. For him, 1 for 3 is bad because he's batting like 500.
Here's John Gazdar, 2 for 2, a pair of doubles and RBI. In his last game in the Crawdads colors, he has been terrific. Runner on first with 1 out. And you're at a long set. Now he comes to the plate. First pitch, Gazdar reaches out, pops it up right side. Going over is the first baseman. And he'll drop foul. 0-1.
Clearly, Enyart is trying to mix up his times here. I mean, we've seen the Crawdads expose the Admirals in the running game. A few steals, scored a run on a steal. So just trying to do everything you can. Griffin Harrison's fast, so.
No balls and a strike to John Gazdar. Adam Enyart now comes set with the 0-1. Fastball hit high and deep to left field. Going back is Reese Kent at the track. Reaches up, makes the catch right in front of the warning track for the second out. Gazdar tagged it, but Reese Kent makes a nice play for the second out.
That's pretty similar to the ball he hit for a double last at bat. This one just couldn't drop.
Here's Ryan Brome, who's 2 for 2. Brome, a pair of RBI as well. Actually make it 3 RBI.
He's got 5 in his last 2 games. Pretty good.
Runner on first. Pickoff move. Harrison's back in, and the throw gets past the first baseman, Rudy. Harrison's all the way into second, standing. An E1. Adam Enyart in his 4th inning of going to stay in. But he's still in here in the 4th. Brome, another RBI opportunity.
Twice just gone right back up the middle. See if he tries it again.
First pitch to him. Popped up left side, back of third. Sprinting over is the third baseman, Antona, and coming in is Kent, but it'll drop just foul on the left field line. A ball that ended up curving back in towards fair play more than I originally had thought it would.
Yeah, he just got a little bit under that one. If he stays on it a little bit more, it's probably a liner the other way, and we're looking at 6-4.
Runner on second base, 2 outs. Crawdads' lead has dwindled to just 1. Oh, 2. Curveball down low. Good block behind the plate by Turtorici. A ball and 2 strikes.
Ryan Brome is just is a great two-strike hitter. Never tries to do too much with the ball.
And Enyart looks to second. Now comes home with a 1-2. Flared off to the left. Brome protects. Was late on the fastball, but just able to put the bat on the ball. He'll stay alive.
Yeah, and that's the same swing that he made on that little foul ball over there. He's just a little under it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 5-4 Crawdads lead. And yards 1-2. Curveball pounded to right center field. That's going to drop into right center for a base hit. Coming home to score is Harrison. Brome tears around first, heading for second. He's looking 3. The ball's retrieved in the right field corner. They're going to send Brome to third. Rolling cuts it off. Brome is into third with a stand-up triple. 6-4 Crawdads.
Ryan Brome, RBI machine. 2 times. He's a little bit under this time, right on it. That's a rocket. He can run too.
4 runs batted in on the day for Ryan Brome. He wants that player of the game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't think Ryan Brome hasn't gotten out.
He hasn't been retired this series.
Yeah. The only time was a sac fly. I guess that doesn't really count.
Doesn't count. Here's Brian Duroff. 0 for 2. First pitch to Brian is chopped to the left side. Over to cut it off is the third baseman, Antona. Takes his time, throws high to first. Duroff's going to beat it out. It gets past the first baseman, Rudy. Duroff's going to head over to second on the E5. Ryan Brome comes home to score, and it's 7-4.
That's another misplay by the third baseman. That's 2 plays right there. That's one that I think Jared Wood makes, and he's not over there, so fortunate.
7-4 Crawdads, 2 runs home in the inning. Griffin Harrison led off the inning with a sharp ground ball to third that really the third baseman, Jacob Antona, probably should have made the play on. Then Ryan Ellis followed with a pounded fly ball to center field, as did Gazdar to left field. Ryan Brome tripled. Brian Duroff reached on an error, and that's where we stand. A new pitcher will come in when we come back. 7-4 Crawdads. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel in the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. The new pitcher is the lefty, Miguel Ramos.
Yeah, and Miguel Ramos, he's struck out in the CCL. He struck out about as many as you've walked. Last time against the Mudcats, 4 walks, 2 earned runs.
A 4.61 ERA, 3 starts for him on the summer, 7 games he's appeared in. He'll be facing Joey Donnelly. Squares to bunt, takes up high, a ball and no strikes. 7-4 Crawdads lead. 5 of the runs that came home were on the record. 5 earned runs on the record of Adam Enyart. Here's Miguel Ramos, wearing the number 23, the lefty, to the lefty Donnelly. 1-0, swing and a miss, ball and a strike.
A little surprising to see the bunt attempt on the first pitch, but I guess with the third baseman's throwing issues and he's playing back.
1-1. Donnelly squares to bunt again, pushes it left side, foul. So that'll eliminate the bunt attempt with 2 strikes.
Now, I am, in general, very, very anti-bunt. I don't know about you, Austin. Are you anti-bunt?
I'm a bunt supporter.
Oh, you're a bunt supporter. one
Big
of
time
those.
bunt supporter.
Oh, I am the strongest anti-bunter.
1-2 curveball, just a little high. 2-2. I am 100% a bunt supporter. I don't love a sacrifice bunt, but I do love a good bunt for a hit.
Okay. With two outs though,
Third baseman's had trouble.
that's
Donnelly is proven to be a little faster than we all expected.
Yes,
2-2, fastball off the outside, 3-2. Count is run full.
Donnelly walks a lot. He works a lot of deep counts.
3-2. Donnelly hits it high to center field. Kenny DeSell, the center fielder, looks like he has room. He does in center field. Makes the catch for the third out. But the Crawdads add on a pair of errors. The big Ryan Brome, 2-out RBI triple, extends the lead 7-4. We'll head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. 7-4, Crawdads lead. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel at the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. Snap the paper. That's my Kodak moment. It's Dylan McShove time.
Dylan he's 6'9". I mean, as I'm sure as a fellow short person, being up there in the batter's box, it can be intimidating. The Admirals do not have anyone that is 6'9". I'm pretty sure of that. Probably not.
Definitely not. Dylan McShane to be facing Jack Grant, Jacob Antona, and then the top of the order, Kenny DeSell. First pitch to Grant. It's a fastball on the outside corner. 0-1.
You love to see it. First pitch just comes out firing for a strike.
Dylan McShane has been great this summer. Looks like he stepped off the mound a little bit. Maybe a little confusion this year, but in 2 games, 4 innings, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 hits. Still no runs, a 1-0 record. The 0-1. Slider way outside, 2-1, or 1-1, excuse me. Final line for the starter, Ryan Recess. It was solid, 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, no walks, 4 strikeouts. I think he was better than the ERA will display. 1-1, up high with the fastball, 2-1.
2 hit-by pitches, but no walks. And, I mean, wherever you don't walk anyone, that's usually a good thing.
2-1 fastball tight, 3-1. McShane, for how good he's been, does struggle a little with the walk. Got to come in here 3-1. Don't want to walk the leadoff hitter. Got to get a shutdown inning after your team's able to take advantage of a pair of errors and score 2. 3-1 fastball up high, ball 4. So 5-pitch walk starts the 4th inning.
Yeah, 4 straight balls. Nico Budden obviously going out there to conference, maybe calm him down a little. I mean, it can't be easy to command in this heat. I mean, you've been warming up there already. You're just sitting out there in the sun. It's gotta be tough.
Good slider as well. That's the kill pitch.
The kill pitch, I love it.
No balls and a strike to Antona. The 0-1. Slider just off the outside, 1-1.
That's 2 sliders we've seen. Hasn't been able to throw it for a strike yet. I mean, he doesn't necessarily need to throw it for a strike, but has 1 strikeout already, only batting 100 on the season. Good chance to. You don't want him on base for DeSalle.
1-2. Slider taps right back behind the plate. We'll do it again.
Actually, Kenny DeSalle actually hasn't been on base yet, which
We've almost never said before.
it's almost eerie.
Yeah, I don't trust it. Unsustainable. Here's the 1-2. Slider tapped to third. Griffin Harrison can't get it on a backhand, and it bounds all the way to the Admiral bullpen. Around second, heading for third, is the leadoff runner Grant. He'll be in there safely. Antona's into second on what should be called a double.
Yeah, just not a great bounce. I mean, Griffin Harrison got a glove in it, but it just bounces all the way to the fence. And second, third, Kenny DeSalle. I mean, if Kenny DeSalle gets hit here, they're right back in this thing.
So they are going to call it a double. Runners on first and second, still no outs. McShane was in a similar spot to this the other day, where he had bases loaded, no outs, and was able to get out of a jam unscathed. Here with runners on second and third, no outs, a situation I think might be even harder. You don't have that force at any base. First pitch to the leadoff hitter DeSalle is a slider outside, 1-0.
Yeah, and that slider, as I said, you don't have to throw for a strike, but it needs to look like a strike. And that did not look like a strike.
1 ball, no strikes, no outs, 7-4 the score. Runners on second and third for the Admirals. Here in the 4th, the 1-0. Tight with the fastball, 2-0.
You do have a base open, so walk's not the worst thing in the world.
Especially not to Kenny DeSalle.
Yes.
2 balls, no strikes. Luke Rossi, who's 0 for 2, waits on deck. DeSalle also 0 for 2, but again, don't trust it. 2-0. Slider grounded to the left side through the dive of Gazdar, a base hit. Coming home to score is Grant. Antona will stall at third. An RBI single for Kenny DeSalle, and that's why we say don't trust it.
Yeah, I mean, the Crawdad killer, been cooking him all season. Just, I mean, for McShane here, that's 2 straight ground balls. Those plays, they're not plays like they should make, but
Plays that could have been
yes,
made.
could have been made.
First pitch to Rossi is the slider way outside, 1-0.
When the slider there's not when as a hitter, when there's not really any chance, that's going to be a strike. You can almost like get the slider out of your mind and just focus on the fastball. If you see slider, maybe they won't even touch it.
A ball and no strikes to Luke Rossi, who's 0 for 2, reached on an error in his first at bat. Here's the 1-0. Runner goes from first. Slider is called a strike on the outside. A high strike and a way strike. Runner moves second on the steal.
Rossi's tall. He's not that tall. He's not Aaron Judge out here.
1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. McShane now with runners on second and third. It's the tying run that stands on second. In scoring position for Luke Rossi, Jared Wood on deck, Casey Turtorici, the meat of the Admirals lineup, the 1-1. Slider popped up behind third, tough play, but it's the shortstop, John Gazdar, cruising into the outfield grass to make the catch for the first out.
And that pitch called a strike. I think that made a difference because he swung at that pitch. It was almost at his chin. I mean, puts that in your mind. You think it's going to be a strike. What can you do but swing?
That'll bring up Jared Wood, who's 1 for 2 today, a single and a strikeout. Double play possibility not really intact, but we've seen with the Crawdads outfield that a fly ball to the outfield in this situation usually almost guaranteeing a run. Not the case for these Crawdads. First pitch to Wood is chopper to the right side. A run will come home to score. Ellis scoops it, throws to first in time. Coming home to score on the play is Antona, and it's a 1-run ball game.
It's fine. The out is more valuable. Limit the damage. Get out of here, and you're still up 1.
Here's Casey Turtorici, 1 for 2. 7-6 now. A lot of scoring. 7-8-1. Crawdads runs, hits, errors. 6-6-2. Admirals runs, hits, errors. A sloppy ball game to this point. First pitch to Turtorici is a slider at the letters called strike 1.
Just a various few hit by pitches with the Crawdads, some errors, some throwing errors. Just a lot of slop.
0-1. Slider swung on and missed. Nothing in 2.
And there's the slider. That slider is so key. If he can do that, if he can get them to swing at the slider, then it's going to be tough for them.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. McShane looking for his first strikeout. Here's the 0-2. Slider grounded to first. Max Farfan scoops and runs it to the bag himself for the 3rd out. The Admirals score a pair on 2 hits. They leave a runner stranded. We'll head to the top of the 5th. 7-6, the Crawdads lead. Top half of the 5th inning.
And Max Farfan, who last time he was on deck, he had to do a little sprint to the bathroom right before. A little suspect timing, if you ask me. Not the best choice.
First pitch to him here from the lefty is swung on and missed with a fastball. 0-1. The sun is starting to creep over a little bit more, so it might be smart to move our table after this inning.
Yeah, we're
I'm not going in the sun.
Yeah.
0-1. Fastball swung on and missed 0-2.
And we're just battling the sun in real time.
Because the tent isn't going to move more.
Yeah, no, we can't do that exactly.
No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. To Farfan. Fastball popped up back behind the plate. Tortorici tosses the mask, gives it a look, but it's foul.
Oh, that's like 10 feet shorter. That's right in my hands.
It wasn't, though.
No, it wasn't.
Fortunate. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Miguel Ramos, a long look in. Now he's ready. Set out the belt. We need a pitch clock. The 0-2. Fastball way up high, gets behind the catcher. 1-2.
See, if you're going to take that long,
Throw a strike.
yeah, or just don't throw it like over the catcher's head. That would be preferable.
No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here's the 1-2, curveball up high, 2-2. What we could also maybe do with this is shrink it, like get it shorter, so that the shade is just right on top of us.
Oh, like how
Like put the legs down.
like how Gru shrunk the moon.
Sure. 2-2. Farf swings and misses. Good fastball. First out.
Comes Cole Fellows. If you've been to Montevideo High School, you will know his classic walk-up song, "California Dreamin'."
Here's Cole Fellows. Fellows 0 for 1, walked in his last at bat. Here facing the lefty Ramos. First pitch, curveball at the knees. 0-1.
Miguel Ramos uses his front foot to get a lot of leverage.
No balls and a strike to Fellows with Nico Button on deck. The 0-1 is a fastball chopped up the middle, and that's a base hit into center field. First hit of the day for Cole.
I'm sure Carson has mentioned this a lot, but Cole Fellows, beautiful swing, just a majestic left-handed swing, and I mean, got it done right there.
Here's Nico Button. Button's got a hit and 2 at-bats, also a pair of steals and a pop-out. First pitch, swing and a miss.
That was a little bit of an ugly swing by Button. Clearly, he got fooled, but Nico Button loves to work the count. Loves himself a good walk.
0-1. Fastball down low, gets past the catcher, Tortorici all the way to the backstop. Fellows
on mistakes from overthrows, from poor catching, poor pickoff moves.
Oh, no, we're back. All right, there we go. What happened? I missed it. Nico struck out.
He did. Yeah, I just think it's really hard for lefty to see the ball. He looked really uncomfortable on that at bat.
Sorry, was that swinging or looking?
Swinging
Got it.
in the dirt.
It looked like our audio was gone. We'll fix it after the inning. We're trying to work some tent things here, trying to keep us in the shade because it is, again, 105 degrees out.
That's too hot.
First pitch here to Griffin Harrison is down low, 1-0.
If anyone's listening, is an inventor. Someone should invent a portable broadcast booth.
Agreed.
'Cause we need one.
1-0 to Harrison is a curveball that drops to the knees. 1-1.
Harrison's been on base twice already today.
1-1. Harrison flares it to right field. Could be trouble. That's going to drop a fair ball down the left field line. Coming home to score his fellows, Harrison stops around first on RBI single, and it's 8-6.
And I mean, that's what the wild pitch does. Allows fellows to get to second, and then a run scores on a little bloop. Griffin Harrison doing it any way he can.
Here's Ryan Ellis, who's just 1 for 3 today. A flyout, a single, a strikeout. Came home to score in his first at bat. Crawdads have extended their lead now to 8-6. First pitch to Ellis, the lefty, is curveball up high, 1-0.
Now, Ryan Ellis, this would be the first time in a while that he has not been on base 2 times in a game.
1-1. Ellis takes down low. 2-0. Or is it? No, it is 2-0. What is it?
It is 2-0.
Yeah, the
Unless the
point
umpire
streak
calls
says
it a strike.
2-1. Nah,
So it
now
might be
now they
2-0.
change it. Now it's 2-0. To Ryan Ellis, the left-handed batter with a runner on first. He takes a fastball at the knees, and now it's 2-1.
What did Point Streak know that we didn't?
It's a really good question. Always something.
It's Point Streak. Don't get me started on Point Streak.
It's the worst. 2-1 to Ellis. Swung on and missed. Good fastball from Ramos. 2-2.
A rare swing and miss from Ryan Ellis. Such good bat-to-ball skills.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces are wild. The 2-run lead for the Crawdads with number 2 at the plate.
Wow. Wait, that's crazy. 2, 2, 2. Oh my God.
A lot of 2s.
2 is my favorite number.
2-strike pitch. Down low, good spit by Ellis. Tortorici blocks it. 3-2.
Back-to-back 3-2 counts. I mean, it's hot. You might as well just make the pitcher work. I mean, out there for a long time. Gotta be tough.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner Harrison will be going off first. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball fouled back. We'll do it again.
John Gazdar on deck. Always a smile on his face.
Always.
Lovely guy.
3-2 once again to Ellis from Ramos is down low in there. Gets past Tortorici. Running on the pitch was Harrison, but he's going to stop at second. I think he could have had third if he had read it better. A walk for Ellis. He's on for the second time today.
It's kind of 2 similar at bats by the lefties. Bud and Ellis, 3-2 counts. Maybe a little uncomfortable swings, but this time Ellis is able to lay off the stuff in the dirt.
Here's John Gazdar. Pair of doubles for him today. Flew out to left field his last time.
Guys in the dugout love John,
You
clearly.
can hear it, yeah. First pitch to Gazdar is just a little bit high. No, call the strike at the letters. 0-1.
And here we go again. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
0-1. Fastball flipped back. Nothing in 2. You can tell Gazdar wanted to do a little more with that pitch.
Oh, yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 8-6 Crawdads, a 2-run lead now. Trying to extend with good speed on second with Harrison, good speed on first with Ellis. The 0-2, way up high, 1-2. Still just the 5th inning of baseball. We are at an hour 42 in this game.
I mean, just perfect. 100 degrees, long baseball game.
1-2, fastball fouled back. As our wonderful PA announcer, Andy McDonald, would say, "Ugh."
I love Andy. Ryan Brome is looking at us a little weird.
Here's the 1-2 to Gazdar. Curveball topped over the head of Ramos. Tough play, charging as the second baseman rolling. No play for him. It's a base hit for John Gazdar. Bases loaded for who else but Ryan Brome.
Now, if Ryan Brome gets hit here, maybe you have to do that, make that noise to him before every at-bat.
Yeah, I think so. Bromer, just another great day. 3 for 3. I don't know why it says 2 for 2 on point streak.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. You know, unfortunately, I cannot be running the point streak, so.
I really might go make a change on that after the game. First pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, nothing in 1.
None of these lefties have gotten a really good swing, but if anyone can adjust, it is Ryan Brome.
No balls, a strike, 2 outs. 0-1. Off the outside, 1-1. Eight to 6 Crawdads, lead by 2. Ramos works from the windup with the 1-1. Brome takes down and in. Tortorici blocks it, 2-1.
I guess they didn't record that at bat.
Which one?
Well, they didn't record the Ryan Brome's triple, I guess.
Huh. That is incorrect. Anyway, here's the 2-1 to Brome. At the letters, 2-2.
Ryan Brome's just got to fight. Put the ball in play here. Defense hasn't been great.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here it comes. Brome lines this one into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit into the corner. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. Around third, heading for the plate, Gazdar. He scores. It's a bases clearing 3-run double for Ryan Brome. He has 7 runs batted in on the day, and the Crawdads lead it 11-6.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 RBIs for Ryan Brome. I mean, if he's a home run, he gets the cycle.
Wow, what a day for Ryan Brome.
I mean, Ryan Brome, if anyone could do it, it's Ryan Brome. Just plunks it the other way, and it's perfect.
First pitch to Brian Duroff is fouled back. Good, healthy swing for Duroff, 0-1.
I think
Wow.
Tyson Pointer made a nice play on the ball. Foul ball. Broke that game wide open, but Crawdads just got to keep adding on.
1-1. Duroff swings through a fastball, 1-2. (11-6) Crawdads. Score some more. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1-2, popped foul. 4 runs home in the inning for Walnut Creek. 12 hits on the day. We're only in the 5th inning.
Wow, 12 hits. That's quite a lot of hits.
1-2. Duroff hits it high and deep to left field. Reese Kent turns over his left shoulder. He will make the catch at the wall for the 3rd out. But Ryan Brome's 5th, 6th, and 7th RBI of the day make it 11-6 Crawdads. We'll head bottom 5. First pitch to Brock Rudy is fouled back. It's 11-6 Crawdads here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. McShane back out for his 2nd inning of work. Facing Rudy Kent rolling. 0-1 is down low, ball and a strike.
Really important to just throw strikes here for Dylan. You're up 5. Walks just give them life.
1-1. Slider outside, 2-1.
And life is not something you want the other team to have.
11-6 Crawdads here in the 5th. A long game to this point. 2-1 from McShane. He's down low with the slider, 3-1.
Yeah, according to the point streak, Rudy has no at-bats, which is not true.
It is true, actually. He's 0 for 0 with a pair of hit by pitches.
Really?
And now he's 0 for 0 with a pair of hit by pitches and a walk.
I mean, just getting on base however you can. Shout out Rudy. Rock Rudy.
That'll bring up Reese Kent, the left fielder. He's had a good day in left, a good day at the plate, a hit, a sac fly, and RBI. So he's 1 for 1. Big double play chance for McShane here. First pitch is a slider off the outside, 1-0.
Reese Kent, not to be confused with Jeff Kent.
Very true.
Our interns are sticking their faces directly into the fans. That's cool.
Well, not like the fans, like the people that are here.
Oh, yes, like the electronic version of fans.
Yeah. I think this is a good time for a look around the CCL. This look around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours. American Stage Tours, small enough to care, large enough to compete. Game that was tied last time we checked. OC and Conejo down at Sparky Anderson Field. OC now leads 5-4. Academy Barons and Slow Blues. Academy leads 2-1 in the top of the 7th. Sonoma Healdsburg just about to get underway in Healdsburg at the wonderful recreation park. Santa Barbara and Arroyo Seco play later tonight. A ball and no strikes to Reese Kent. McShane looking double play ball. The 1-0 comes in and hits him instead. Ouch.
Yeah, just too many hit by pitches. Now first and second. Now they've got life.
Got to bring up Kobe Rolling. Rolling's had a big day. 2-run triple in his first at bat.
Kobe Rolling, I think Kobe Rolling has one of the better first names in this league. Just, it's my unbiased opinion.
Bunts the first pitch, but it comes and hits him foul. 0-1.
It's kind of a weird bounce. It would have been a pretty good bunt, I think. It definitely would have done the job of getting him to second and third, I think.
That's all he's trying to do here.
Now, again, as someone who enjoys watching the Crawdads, and someone who's strongly anti-bunt, I welcome this, especially down 5. The out is so much more important than the runners.
No balls and a strike. Rolling squares to bunt again. Takes just a little high. Maybe off the inside. A ball and a strike now.
Especially when Dylan McShane's having a lot of trouble finding the zone. Don't give him a free out.
One ball, one strike, no outs. Runners on first and second. McShane looks to second, now comes home to the plate. Rolling takes at the knees, called strike 2.
Rolling is not happy about that call, to say the least.
Good spot, though, from McShane. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom half of the 5th, 11-6 Crawdad lead. 1-2. Rolling, pops it up left side, sprinting over towards the wall is Griffin Harrison. Looks like he has room. He does. Squeezes it for out number 1.
That foul pop-up is sneaky, a very hard play. Not something you're necessarily expecting. It's a little wonky. There's sun. You're not necessarily used to moving that way as a third baseman.
Here's Jack Grant, the shortstop, who's 0 for 1, an RBI and a walk. Scored a run. First pitch to him is on the outside with a fastball, 0-1.
Good job for McShane. Getting out. Fire fastball first strike. Love it.
McShane looks to Grant, now looks to second. Back to the plate with the 0-1. Slider swing and a miss, 0-2. Whatever Brant Cummings went out and told them, I think worked.
Yes, and mound visits in general just seem to work wonders.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. A 5-run Crawdad lead. McShane looks to the runner. Rudy at second, now to the plate with a slider called strike 3. Got him at the letters. First strikeout for McShane. Second out here in the 5th.
I mean, this umpire is human too. He doesn't like staying out in 105 degrees.
It's actually, I believe, down right now to 101 degrees.
Wow, thank God.
First pitch misses to Jacob Antona. 1-0. Antona 1 for 2, a double, and a strikeout.
Might not have been a strike, but it was close. It was a competitive pitch. He could have swung at it.
1-0. Chopper slowly to the left side, cutting it off in front of Gazdar as Harrison goes to second to record the force out with Ellis covering, retiring Kent at second. We'll head top half of the 6th inning, 11-6 Crawdads lead after a shutdown inning from Dylan McShane. Top half of the 6th inning here from Billy and Luis Yarbrough Stadium.
Yes.
Shout out the Yarbroughs.
And shout out Ryan Yarbrough, Tampa Bay Rays legend.
First pitch fastball up high to Joey Donnelly. What happened to Ryan Yarbrough? Oh, he's on the Royals now.
Really?
And he's not good.
Oh, yikes. Well, if he was in the CCL, he'd be pretty good, I think.
Probably. 1-0 to Donnelly is fouled straight back. 1-1. Donnelly 1 for 3 today. Flew out in his last at bat, singled, and then got caught stealing, and also struck out looking.
Joey Donnelly, I love the at-bats that Joey Donnelly puts up.
1-1 to Donnelly. Curveball at the knees. Ooh, called the ball. 2-1.
Yeah, the catcher wanted that one bad.
Don't blame him. 2 balls and a strike to Joey Donnelly. Here it comes. Curveball low, 3-1.
Cole, does his motion make it hard to...
3-1. Fastball up high.
Never mind.
Ball 4 to Joey Donnelly. That'll bring up Max Farfan. Farfan 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. No outs in the inning. The scoreboard says 2, and now it says 0. First pitch, Farfan takes a fastball off the inside, 1-0. Man, it's hot.
Yes, it is hot. Hot for the players, hot for the broadcasters, hot for the fans.
This is one of the, I have to remind myself that I love what I do days. 1-0, Farfan swings and misses, 1-1.
I mean, this is very fun. This is very fun. Sitting out 100 degrees, watching some baseball. It's 2 hours in the 6th inning. This is great.
1-1. Farfan right on the fastball, lines it straight back, a ball and 2 strikes.
Max Farfan, I want to see some... I really want to see him fight. His batting average, unfortunately, is down below 100. I want to see him put up a good fight here.
Not what he wants it to be. 1-2, curveball just a little high, 2-2. He's been better in non-league play.
And obviously the competition is better in the CCL.
2-2. Farfan takes called strike 3 on the outside. He didn't think so. Back-to-back at bats with a strikeout for Farfan.
It's just so tough. You're already struggling, and you don't get a bad break on a call. That's just he's clearly very frustrated.
Here's Cole Fellows. Fellows a hit, walk, a strikeout. Lefty, first pitch, Fellows lines it straight back. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, Cole was very mad. He hacked at that one.
11-6 Dads here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 0-1 to Fellows. Down low, good block by Turtorici, a ball and a strike. We've officially crossed the 2-hour mark. .202 the time of game right now. 1-1 to Fellows. Chopper to the right side and through the right side, a base hit. Donnelly will go station to second. Second hit of the day for Cole Fellows extends the inning.
That is really encouraging to see. Left on left, 2 singles. Doesn't try to bomb one. Gets on base twice. That's very encouraging.
That'll bring up Nico Button, the catcher, who's 1 for 3 today. A single, pop out to the left side in foul territory, and a strikeout. First pitch to him here is outside with the fastball, 1-0.
Yeah, his last at bat, he did not look comfortable. Let's see if he let's see if he's patient here.
1-0. Fastball at the letters on the inside, a ball and a strike.
If he can get himself into a hitter's count, it can make it a lot easier.
Runner goes from second and third. The pitch is up high and no throw either way. Donnelly and Fellows both steal a base. Runners on second and third, still just 1 out.
Unreal base running. Joey Donnelly. Is Joey Donnelly still the steals leader in the CCL?
He is in the north.
Wow.
7th of the season for JD. Infield comes in for Nico Button. 2-1. 2 Button is down low. Good block by Tortorici. 3-1.
Nico Button walks a lot. But with a 3-run count, 3-1 count, he's really in the driver's seat here. 2 ducks on the pond. If he likes one, I think he'll try and rip it.
3-1. Button taps it to the right side. That's not going to do the job, but it's not going to do anything. The first baseman drops it. Throw's going to come to the plate. Donnelly is called out at the dish. Wow. Second out of the inning on a 1-2 put out, or 3-2 put out. It's the first baseman or the second baseman that made the play. I think it was the second baseman rolling. So 4-2 on the put out. Donnelly's nabbed at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, not much you can do there. I mean, Donnelly had to go. That was the right decision. Just called, didn't go in his way.
And I think if we're not 2 hours into this game already, Donnelly would have been called safe at the plate.
That's a fair observation.
It's Griffin Harrison. 2-hit day. Griffin hits it high to center field. Shallow. Sprinting in is Kenny DeSell. It's a tough play. He's still coming in. It's going to drop in front of him. A run comes home to score. That's Fellows. Moving from first to third is Button. Griffin Harrison, a 3-hit day, and the Crawdads lead 12-6.
Now, I don't want to disparage a fellow Kobe in Kobe rolling, but that ball was hit very shallow. That's a ball that it's so hard for Kenny DeSell to come that far in on. He has got to go out there. Although I think Kenny DeSell probably called it, but that's a ball that second baseman should be out there at least.
Here's Ryan Ellis with runners on the corners. First pitch to Ellis is a swing and a miss on a high fastball, 0-1. Ellis 1 for 3 day. Walked in his last at bat, so he's reached multiple times once again. Button on third with Harrison on first. 0-1. Down and away. Tortorici can't find it, but runners are going to stay. A ball and a strike.
Ryan Ellis just so consistent at the top of the lineup. It's just so nice having a guy that you know he's going to get on base. No doubt about it. It doesn't matter the pitcher, the situation, the inning, whatever.
1-1. Ellis takes way up high. 2-1. Button on third, Harrison on first, 12-6 the score. Dad's looking to start a new winning streak. 2-1. Fastball hit high to left field, shallow. Reese Kent, the left fielder, stopped, now is coming in. Two-hand squeeze to end the inning. But the Crawdads score one more. Griffin Harrison, an RBI single, will head to the bottom of the 6th inning, 12-6 Crawdads. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel in the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. The new arm is Jackson Howell out of St. Mary's College in Moraga, California. Howell from Morro Bay, a 6'4" redshirt freshman. On the summer, he's 0-0, a 6.75 ERA. Faces the top of the lineup here. Howell hasn't pitched in league play in quite some time. Last league appearance, June 11th. But he's back to face DeSalle, Rossi, and Wood with a 6-run lead. 12-6. Crawdads lead by 6. Howell's first pitch to DeSalle is a curveball that runs inside, 1-0.
Jackson Howell, it's all about control. He's got great stuff. The control is what gets him in trouble.
1-0. Fastball hit high and deep to center field. Ryan Brome going back in front of the track. He will make the catch for the first out. Gotta be completely honest, I couldn't see that play at all.
Yeah, I could kind of see it, but this angle is a little tough.
I've gotten good at reading body languages. So you saw DeSalle turn around first and give a little shrug, and you kind of just knew.
How many different body languages do you know?
Enough.
Enough. Wow.
First pitch, Rossi is a slider off the outside, 1-0. Rossi is 0 for 3 today. Pop out, strikeout, error. Howell's 1-0. Fastball tapped foul. Half swing, 1-1.
Jackson Howell's motion, he just kind of like rears back and throws it. Like you almost think he's gonna throw it, but then he like rears back, but then he just rears back further and throws it.
1-1. Slider ground to the left side, foul. 1-2. Jackson Howell, really good stuff, like you mentioned, good strikeout stuff. He got in a bases loaded, no out jam when he was here the last time these two teams played here. Was able to get out of it unscathed with some strikeouts. 1-2. Slider reached at, looped up the middle. Ellis goes into a dive towards his backhand side, but he can't get it. It's a base hit.
That'll be a base hit, but on the score sheet. But 3 swings were not good swings. He beat Rossi on that rep, but sometimes ball doesn't bounce your way.
Here's Jared Wood. Wood on the day, 1 for 3, grounded into an RBI fielder's choice his last time. First pitch to him here is off the outside, 1-0.
Jared Wood batting nice .455 on the season.
Tyson Pointer is downing our cookies right now.
Yes.
Like full handfuls. Oh, and now he puts them back. 1-0 is hit high to right center field. Going back into his left is Ryan Brome. In front of the warning track, circles up, squeezes it for the second out.
How about Ryan Brome?
Almost tried to pick off Rossi at first. Second out of the inning. Ryan Brome, so athletic out there in center.
I don't think anything. I think Ryan Brome, I think everything is good about him.
Yeah.
You can't say a single bad thing about Ryan Brome. Great guy, great at baseball, just awesome.
Good human being.
He is.
Here's Casey Turtlerici, 1 for 3 day. Left-handed hitting catcher facing Jackson Howell. First pitch from Howell. Fastball popped up behind the plate. Nico Button gives it a look. It looks like he's got room in front of us. He will go into a slide, and he's unable to make the catch.
Almost killed Tyson Pointer as well.
That's what he gets for taking our cookies.
Wow. Karma at its finest. That is scary. I kind of thought it was coming for us.
I did too. No balls and a strike to Casey Turtlerici. Brock Rudy rates on deck. 12-6 the score. Howell looks to the plate. Now the 0-1. Line drive, left center field. Going over is Cole Fellows. And coming in is Ryan Brome. And Brome makes the catch for out number 3. Couldn't see that one at all. But somehow Ryan Brome got to it for the 3rd out. Good inning from Jackson Howell. We'll head to the top of the 7th inning. Still 12-6 to score. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by NorCal Oaks. NorCal Oaks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to developing skilled players who want to excel at the game of baseball and softball while attaining strong character and life skills in a fun and positive environment. New pitcher is the big righty Eric Diaz, a 2-0 record, a 4.20 ERA in 5 games, one of them a start, 18 strikeouts, 15 innings. Last time he pitched against the Crawdads as he fires a strike to John Gazdar. Last time he pitched against the Crawdads, 2 innings, a hit, a walk, 2 strikeouts, no runs. Here facing John, who's 3 for 4. 0-1. John grounds it up the middle, but Kobe Rolling, the second baseman, goes to a knee to get it, tosses over to first, and retires Gazdar for the first out.
Now Carson, the last time he was on the broadcast, compared someone to Nabil Krismat. I don't know if it was him, but if I was to compare someone to Nabil Krismat, it's him because he's got the hair, he's got the locks, he's got the windup. This is, pretty close to Nabil Krismat.
Here's Ryan Brome, 4 for 4 today. He's a homer shy of the cycle. First pitch to Brome is a fastball a little high, 1-0. A single in his first at-bat that drove in 2, a single in his second bat that drove in 1, a triple in his third at-bat that drove in 1, and a 3-run double in his last one. 1-0 is down low, 2-0.
The point streak has been fixed.
Oh, good. 7 runs batted in for Ryan Brome.
Wow, that is, Ryan Brome could win this game by himself.
Right now it's Ryan Brome 7, Bay Area Admirals 6.
Yes, you just can't. I think of a few days ago, it was like he had a couple maybe down games. You're like, is Ryan Brome struggling? Nope.
Nah, he's fine.
He's fine. He'll just go out and get like 9 hits, 2 games.
Still yet to be retired this series. 2 out of Brome. Chops it to the right side. Over to get it is the first baseman, Rudy. Flips to the pitcher covering. And a miracle For the first time this series, Ryan Brome has been retired.
Wow. Just disappointing. A 4-for-5 game. Couldn't even been 5-for-5. That's Ryan Brome should be ashamed.
It's a good chance he can still get another at bat. Just
Is.
in the 7th inning.
Would it be the first 5-hit game this season from a
I think so. Here's Brian Duroff. First pitch to him is chopped to second base and up the middle, a base hit. Rowling gave it a look, but not much of an effort. It's the first hit of the day for Brian Duroff.
That's nice to see. Brian Duroff maybe has been scuffling a bit, but puts a nice little bouncer up the middle. It's on base.
Here's Joey Donnelly. Donnelly, 1 for 3 today, a walk, a strikeout. Runner on first, 2 outs, 12-6 Crawdads lead. First pitch to him is fouled off to the left, 0-1.
Austin, where do we get these cookies? Because they're good cookies.
It's Costco cookies from the Brome
Costco.
family.
Wow.
From the Brome family. So, shout out as always to my favorite family of the Crawdads. If anyone wants to try to top that, please be my guest.
Yes.
0-1, Donnelly scoots away from a slider, 1-1.
I mean, it would be really, really hard to top.
The Bromes brought us a full cooler of drinks. Good point. Distant second from this year's the Gazdars. Pickoff move, but back in at first is Duroff. The Bromes brought us a full cooler of drinks, a full tray of Costco cookies, which are some of the best. 1-1. Slider low. And, of course, maybe most importantly, brought us Ryan Brome.
Yes. Ryan Brome might be the Crawdad.
And they brought the unofficial mascot, Doug the Pug.
Doug the Pug. Like Doug from Up.
Pickoff move, back in at first is Duroff as the throw gets away from the first baseman. They actually, did they call him out?
They called him out, but then they realized he dropped it. Now he's safe.
I can barely see it, and I saw he drop the ball.
Yeah, no, I'm being blocked by Sam Gilliam.
There's a full Ryan Ellis there. Gilly, you're good. Gilly, get back up. He was doing great. It's okay. 2-1 count to Joey Donnelly. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go? Tortorici's going to point somewhere. Doesn't really know where to point. No swing. We saw field ump Harvey Maxey driving up to the field today, and we know because his license plate said H. Maxey on it.
Wow.
Pickoff move. Duroff is back in safely. I'm a lot of things, but I would never have my name as my license plate.
No, no. You got to be like, oh, my God.
Duroff is picked off this time. Good move by Diaz. And the Admirals are celebrating like they're the ones up 6. We'll head to the bottom half of the 7th inning, still 12-6. Crawdads are leading.